Carroll University Pioneers. Hello everybody, alongside the coach Chris Wright, I'm Mike Martin. Chris, Carroll, generally speaking, I think has a pretty good program, but they're coming in tonight 3-6. Lakeland coming in 6-3, having a pretty good start to their season. What's going on with Carroll College?
Well, I think they were off to a bad start, but they played some pretty good teams, and they played some teams that are on the road. So, you know, their schedules, you know, early in the season has been a little bit rough for them. They did pick up a victory the other day against Illinois Wesleyan, who's ranked 15th in the country. So they're starting to play a little bit better, but I think they're kind of getting focused a little bit for conference play, even though they're just 1-3 in their league.
You mean you don't expect them to beat Marquette and Butler?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, they played Marquette. I think the other one was Bradley.
Bradley.
Yeah, Bradley. I mean,
does it matter?
Yeah, 2 Division I teams, and which again, that's a great opportunity for those kids when they say, hey, we got to play, you know, Division I programs, and obviously Marquette's ranked in the, you know, top 25 this year, and Bradley's always a pretty strong program too.
Now Lakeland comes in, like I said, with a 6-3 record. When I look at their stats, it seems like they have real good balance. They got 4 guys scoring in double figures, and Zach Hasenstein, a Sheboygan North grad, is right up there with them.
Yeah, they're averaging almost 80 points, 79 points a game. They're getting up and down the floor. Carroll's 10 points less than that, so it'll be kind of strange how that does. But yes, relatively young squad here at Lakeland again. Not too many seniors, but they seem to get a lot of kids helping. They got a lot of kids. We were looking at the stats earlier. They get a lot of kids getting minutes this year. Again, for them early on, it's something that's really well. They are right up at the conference lead, but they unfortunately lost the game they probably shouldn't have the other day. Otherwise, they'd be tied for the conference lead.
Now, with Carroll having won that big game, their last game, Illinois Wesleyan, and Lakeland coming off a loss, how do you see tonight's game panning out?
Well, it's kind of strange as we come in here. The students are gone, and basically they're all off. They've done their classes and things, so it's going to be pretty much of an empty gym. If I'm Lakeland College, I want to finish the season off before Christmas on a high note. And what they, you know, when they tripped up the other day, you know, that's not how you want to, you know, celebrate Christmas. So I want to finish off this, you know, before Christmas break, you know, get a couple nice wins on, and then come back right after Christmas and have that thought in our minds that, hey, let's set our sights on the conference championship.
I know this is not a conference game for Lakeland, but they are starting off the season 4-0 in conference. That's pretty impressive.
Very impressive, and again, I want to build momentum. I want to build momentum into January and February. We're going to be back here in January. I'm very excited. We're going to see Lakeland play Concordia, who leads the league, and they got a couple kids from Sheboygan Lutheran, a couple brothers there. So, you know, this is just kind of like that stepping stone, I think, for the Muskies, is to get some success now, carry it over into Christmas, and then carry it on to January and finish off conference play.
Probably the most familiar name for Lakeland fans on the Carroll roster is their head coach, Paul Combs.
Yeah, and he had a lot of success here. Took his success by winning some conference championships here, took it all the way, then went down and went to Platteville, and then had some success at Platteville as well. His teams were ranked up in the top 10 when he went to Platteville. Since then, now he started here at Carroll. He also has a very young squad, only like 3 or 4 seniors, so he's trying to put in his thing. But yeah, Coach Combs was always a really friendly guy. I know when we had him here and things like that, and he's had success, so I'm sure he's trying to build that program back.
We're in the Moose and Donna Wilson gym. Chris likes to call it the aquarium. Moose was here for over 20 years, and as we look at the banner up there, their men's basketball program has had 17 conference championships, and that is very impressive.
Yeah, and you know much more about that than I would, Marty. That's back before
when they played in the Armory.
Yeah, and back before my time. It was really a special thing to go to Lakeland games, and like I said, I think the Sheboygan Press not advertising and, you know, knowing when games are hurts them a little bit. But you mentioned attendance has been pretty good out there. I don't think you're going to get that tonight, but it's starting to pick up a little bit.
Yeah, with that, we're going to step out. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups and the tip-off for tonight's basketball game.
I came from 5 generations of teachers. Losing my job was the bottom falling out of my world.
Meals on Wheels gives me a chance to be totally selfless. More than the food itself, a lot of seniors don't have family. So just to have someone to talk to, just to say, hey, how was your day? That means so much more than a meal could ever mean. We have to look outside of ourselves to be that lifeline to other people. It's worth it.
Hey guys, how are you today?
Good.
I'm here to talk about how with technology you can make amazing worlds. Come with me. My team and I groomed the Halo world to life.
Is that you?
That is me. I wasn't a math genius and I knew nothing about coding. But you guys do. You guys have the power to change things.
I want your job.
I want you to have my job.
Did you hear about the pony with a sore throat? He was a little horse. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why couldn't the Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Where do cats go on vacation? New York. There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread and kissed them all soundly and put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
Forward, the 6'4" senior from Princeton, Illinois, number 22, Garrett Duffin. At forward, the 6'5" senior from Plymouth, Wisconsin, number 34, Eric Nygaard.
Chris, I can't remember the last time I looked at a roster and it's not in number order.
Exactly. Well, it is on the front, Marty. It's just with their stats. It's
yeah, I suppose in that way, right?
Yeah. A lot of guys we had from a year ago, Marty. Nygaard from Plymouth.
Yeah, some
Campos,
familiar names, that's for sure.
Pat McDonald, who's a scrappy little guard. He'll come off the bench, number 11.
3 officials on this crew. We didn't get the names of the referees.
Sure is quiet.
Chris always likes it when they don't call a lot of fouls, and I'm with you on that.
Uh-oh, we have new jerseys now.
Hopefully the numbers are the same.
I don't understand what they did there. Oh, they were going to go orange and black, I think.
Okay. Tap is controlled by the Pioneers.
Those are tough numbers to read, Marty.
A little bit.
Yeah. We have a shot clock again, not like high school.
Yeah, right.
Getting
Shot
used to
clock. 30 seconds. Good hands. Ball taken away by Nygaard. Both teams playing a man-to-man defense. 3 ball is off, no good. That shot attempt was by Shakur. Just getting going. Lakeland coming in 6-3. Platteville. Carroll, the Pioneers, are 3-6.
Both Pioneers, Marty. Nothing wrong with saying that.
Yeah, there you go. Fouls on Lakeland.
Like the graphic.
Yeah, me too. Nygaard picks up his first foul. Tyler Ingebrigtsen puts in a couple of free throws. 2-0 Carroll.
He's kind of their force in the middle. Ingebrigtsen. He's got a brother on the team as well.
Carroll put on the press to begin the possession, but Lakeland just cleared out for their point guard, and he was able to beat the defense quite easily. Kick out, nice play. And nailing the 3 was Jaquan. Pegues on that 3-ball. Oh, nice move inside by Ingebrigtsen for an easy 2.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a force to reckon with, Marty.
Eisenstein, the North grad that Sheboygan North that we talked about not starting. Shot is off, no good. And trying to make the steal and the save was Pegues, but he was not able to do that. Carroll getting into their offense. Looking for Ingebrigtsen inside. Trying to force his way in. Another move and off the glass and in. He has all 6 points for the Pioneers. Inside to Nygaard, his shot is up and in.
Way deep there for Nygaard.
Yeah. A little bit of a penetrating pitch that time to get Nygaard open. There's a good defense that time, knocked away by Nygaard. And the Muskies running the break to perfection, Chris.
Wow, they get up the floor quickly, Marty.
They certainly do. Nice feed by Jocham.
Well, 2 turnovers by the Pioneers have cost them 4 points.
And that shot didn't want to go down. Good move inside by Pierce, but he couldn't get it to go. And Lakeland got the offensive rebound, but losing it was Janad. First substitutes are coming in the ball game, both of them for Pioneers.
Another nice spin move.
Yeah, they got that move down pat. Making that nice basket was Anthony Marlowe, and then Carroll makes a steal. Wide open from 3-ball land, and nailing it was Penny. 11-7.
Penny comes in averaging 10 points a game.
Nice move that time by Janad.
You know, compared to high school kids, they all got really nice, strong inside. Doesn't matter if you're a guard or forward, they all have that nice move inside, nice and strong. Quite a difference between high school kids and college kids, just their strength, Marty.
Right. Got that right. Good defense played by the Muskies. A ball goes in and then rims out. Lakeland comes away with it. Another basket by Pegues. We're all tied at 11.
Not a lot of misses, Marty.
No. Hasenstein might not be dressed tonight, Chris.
It looks that way.
I think that's him standing along the bench there. Now sitting down. Can see him. He's the third guy from the right.
I think you're right.
In the light colored sweater.
There's a nice replay. Scott.
Well, you're right about reading those jersey numbers, Chris. I couldn't tell if it was 10 or 11 at the line.
Got a quick timeout, but Marty, I got the stat of the game tonight.
What's that?
Do you realize that Lakeland has scored 712 points?
No.
And their opponents have scored 712 points.
Wow, that's pretty interesting.
9 games in, they've given up the same amount of. That has to break tonight.
Yeah.
One way or the other, they're going to have.
That reminds me of a story that was on TV about this guy who was running for some city office and he forgot to vote. So when all the votes were counted, he and his opponent were exactly tied. They did the recount, they were still tied. So you know how they decided who was going to be the person that won? Flip of the coin. He lost. Moral of the story, every vote counts.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you got there, 10 or 11? That's got to be 10.
10.
Hurt got the first, but not the second. Coming away with the rebound was Isaac Anderson. Also checking in is Alec Vandecastle, number 15.
Good defense by the Pioneers.
Yeah, very good defense.
And Marlowe.
With 5 seconds, shot is off, no good. Trying to save it was Garrett Duffin, but he threw it out of bounds.
No, they're going to say it was off the Pioneers. I didn't see that.
I didn't see that either. I thought he was just saying that, you know, to try and get the call, but it actually did happen. Pegues' 3-ball is no good. Good block out by the Pioneers, and they'll get the ball as it goes out of bounds. One of the blockers that time was Taryn Hall, number 22, blocking out the Lakeland rebounder.
From Carroll, also from Mauston, Wisconsin.
Three ball rims out. Lakeland comes away with it. Shot attempt is no good by Duffin. Carroll limiting Lakeland to only one attempt.
Should be looking inside here. You got a mismatch.
Yeah, big time. Pegues
trying his hardest.
oh, high arching shot is up and in. That ball was made by Taryn Hall.
Was it 23 or 22?
22, I believe it was.
I'm gonna look here. 23, Marty.
Okay.
I agree. I didn't know either.
Oop. Good effort that time, but not able to save it.
Oh, you're saying 22 hit that shot. Oh, okay.
I think so. I'm not sure. That's what I thought. Definitely 23 was out of bounds. Blake Williams. We got the A team here tonight. Scott Maloff, our director. Richard Bartson doing camera 1, and Eric Wiesman. I recognized him when I saw him, Chris. It's been a long time, but he's doing camera 2. And stepping out of bounds was Don Yakum. And then, of course, it's you and me. Give me that look.
Well, I don't know for the A team. We're just stuck with each other.
If we turn that W upside down, we'd be the M&M boys.
There you go.
Nice rebound that time by Carlton. On the miss was Ingebrigtsen. Trying to do it inside and out. Oh, what a drive to the hoop. Jochum. Lakeland down 2.
Fast moving game, Marty.
Yes, we like that. Third team foul. Carroll has not picked up a team foul yet, Chris.
We played 8 minutes and we have only 3.
Yeah.
I'm knocking on wood.
Yeah, don't say too much. Defense stepped behind the screen instead of coming out on top, and that allowed Ryan Clary to make a 3. Jump shot just didn't want to go down for Jochum. Lakeland trying to run, but Carroll doing a great job of getting back on defense. Shot is blocked and saved. What a play by Blake Williams.
Tell you, Carroll wants it pretty
yeah,
bad.
and they're hitting their outside shots. Taryn Hall with that 3, and it's 21-13. There you saw it. It's a full timeout, Scott, so we got 30 seconds. You can go to commercial break if you want.
Queen is just my everything.
His smile did it. His smile, his eyes, his knowledge. My landlord, he decided that he wanted me to move based on the fact that I was transgender. Let's just respect people in everyday life for just being human.
Back at the aquarium on the College of Lakeland University.
I don't even have to fill it out, Marty. See how close I am.
Ingebrigtsen leads all scorers with 6 points. I take that back. Pegues has 7 for Lakeland.
Just gonna give you my stats, Marty. Going to say that they are 58% shooting for Carroll. You said they're hitting their shots.
Yeah, right there. 4 out of 7 3-pointers they've made. Going hard to the hoop was Carlton, and he picks up the foul. Ingebrigtsen is a 6'7" senior from Elk Grove, Illinois. On the line is Dante Carlton, a 6'2" junior from Green Bay East.
I remember when he played at East Marty. He was a very good high school player.
Yeah, I remember that. Remember that one game we did? I think it was at South. It was West. It was like a dunk fest. Another 3-ball by the Pioneers.
Well, the other thing I remember about him is that I think he was the quarterback of the football team. He was really good at that, too.
Ball goes off the leg of a Pioneer. Lakeland will keep it down here. It's a 10-point advantage for Carroll. As long as they keep hitting their shots, Chris, it's going to be awfully hard for Lakeland to come back. Jump shot is off, no good. And again, Carroll comes away with the board. Ingebrigtsen threw it away.
The only thing they're not doing well is taking care of the ball.
Pretty good defense there, knocking the ball out of the hands of the Lakeland shooter Duffin.
Rare miss by the Pioneers.
Yeah, and they had a shot at the offensive board too, but Pierce was not able to hang on to it.
I have them 5 of 7. 5 of 8 from 3, Marty. 5 of 8 from 3.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're pretty good.
You know, and coming in, they're shooting just 40% from there, so. Good close defense by the Pioneers.
Yeah, and all of a sudden nothing's going in for the Muskies. They've had some pretty good looks.
Oh, a lot of contact there. No
Yeah,
call.
I thought he lowered the shoulder.
I agree.
But no call. Got to work on those pratfalls, Chris. Put your shoulder in your chest, you got to fall down. A good feed inside to Ingebrigtsen, and he lays it up and in easily. Getting beat on the defense was Nygaard.
I'll tell you, the Pioneers came in here with a mission. They're playing very well.
Largest lead, sitting at 12 right now. And taking a 3-point shot was Janad, and he got fouled. He'll be shooting 3 free throws.
Janad, a junior from Chicago.
I mean, they're not even hitting their shots from the floor now. They can't make their free throws. They're 1 of 3 so far.
He's pretty good, 76%. But you get 3.
1-for-3 trip. Let's see, Pegues just came back in the ball game, Chris. Let's see if he can't provide a little bit of a spark for the Muskies.
Well, they're going to need some weak side help. This is where they're getting beat.
Another offensive rebound by Carroll. Three ball. Shot is up and in. That one by Cleary. Ingebrigtsen with the block.
Well, they got 3 chances the last trip, Marty. This is one thing they don't do well is take care of the ball all the time.
Ingebrigtsen had a good look from outside,
boy.
and they got the offensive rebound and couldn't put the shot in. And what looked like a very easy attempt. Chris Lakeland kind of lucked out there. And nailing the 3 right back at you is Isaac Anderson. Lakeland still down 11.
I need somebody to spark them, Marty.
Ingebrigtsen again, Chris, doing it on the defensive end. Cleary feeling it. Nope, take that back. That was Troy Howard.
Another timeout, Marty.
And they are now down 14. I think that equals the largest lead for Carroll.
Well, what's surprising, Marty, is Lakeland, I think, wants to get going in transition. And when they're making all the baskets,
Yeah,
there's
can't
no
get out and run.
transition. You can't get out and run.
Right.
And make it a lot more difficult. And I will say the post play and offensive rebounds has been an issue for Lakeland on the defensive end.
When we got this first stat sheet, I was actually quite surprised that Carroll had no offensive rebounds and Lakeland had 2. I thought those 2 numbers would be reversed.
I have now, that's right, I just have 3, so it's just of late.
Okay, yeah, right, yeah, this last flurry, Carroll has really pounded the boards offensively. Sam Schrader is the head coach for the Lakeland Muskies. He's in his 2nd season as the head coach. He spent 6 seasons as an assistant and their recruiting coordinator. He's been on campus for a while.
Well, there was a walk.
Another 3 ball by Anderson, and he's hot.
There you see it. Concordia is still down a little bit from 58 down to 52%, but they're getting those extra opportunities with offensive rebounds.
Duffin trying to push the action, but again, Carroll back on defense. That time, a good acting job, but no call. As Lakeland scores, Janad on that basket, and it's down to a 9-point Carroll lead. And bouncing it up and in was Cleary.
Nice screen. And kick out. Nice play.
Anderson with a shot fake. Couldn't get the ball to go in this time. Now Carroll on a bust out. Oh, there's a walk.
I really like that play there. Nice screen by Anderson. And you just pop out to the open area, get the ball, and
Did you get that turnover by them?
I did.
Not too many turnovers by Carroll. At least it doesn't seem like it.
I have 5, Marty.
Okay, yeah, that's more than I thought they would add, but that's still not too bad.
We're down to the 5-minute mark.
Nygaard right down Main Street, gets ridden all the way to the basket and draws the foul. He'll be shooting 2. We will at some point try to find out what's wrong with Zach Hasenstein, see why he's not suited up tonight. I don't know about you, but I was looking forward to seeing him play.
And that's 12 points out of the lineup. too.
Right,
That's
exactly.
It has to be accounted for. 35th meeting between Lakeland and Carroll. First met in 1956, Marty.
Yeah, thought it'd be longer. Lakeland shooting 71% for the season on their free throws. They haven't come close to that tonight. Good ball movement by the Pioneers, and it leads to a 3-point basket. Hall with that one.
I think he's got 4 3-pointers for Hall off the bench.
Duffin trying to go baseline, nowhere to go. And the ball gets tapped away, and the Pioneers come away with it again. Bango!
What is going on?
Really?
I got him for 5 threes, Marty, if that's correct. I'm not sure.
Hall.
And Lakeland just panicking, trying to come back. Not setting up on offense.
It's a 16-point lead now.
That's a travel this time. I don't know if this is Carroll's
Look at that.
idea to make all these threes. They have attempted 157.
In 9 games.
Yeah, which is actually about 60 less than Lakeland, but it's going in, Marty, so not...
More often. or yeah.
Like I said, I expected a more half-court game, pounding it low.
Well, Ingebrigtsen is a good option if you're going to do that.
Well, that's how they started it with him, but
Duffin on a spin move in the lane, shoots it and scores, and he's fouled.
he finally gets a basket, Marty. I had him 0 for 5 before that. He's coming in averaging 13 points a game. You need.
Well, he
Garrett
fits right
Duffin.
in with the Muskies tonight.
Yep.
0 for 5. See if he can get this free throw to go in.
He's from Princeton, Illinois.
Uh-oh, wide open 3-shooter, couldn't get it in. Carlton on the board. Good help defense by Carroll. You know, when somebody tries to drive, all of a sudden he's guarded by 2 guys.
There's a nice screen by Carlton there to start with.
I think that's going to be Nygaard's second foul. That is, and he's out. Anderson coming in for him.
Jochum can't get anything going either, Marty. He's just 1 for, oh boy,
A bunch.
7. So 2 guys are 2 for 13. Thus the deficit. Like to see him get it under 10, Marty, before the
Yeah, me
second
too.
half. Not that way.
Yeah, Ingebrigtsen being a part of the offense there by making an assist to his teammate Hall for an easy basket. He's a complete player, Chris.
Hall came in averaging 4 points a game, and unofficially, I might be wrong, but I have him for maybe 17.
Duffin's shot is no good. Oh, driving baseline and getting the shot off was Pierce, but he couldn't get it to roll in. Anderson, baseline. Jump shot is no good. But Anderson got the off on Ingebrigtsen, and he's going to get called for a foul.
That noise you hear in the background is the Carroll Pioneer bench. There might not be a lot of students here making any racket, but the bench is very positive.
Boy, they're up by 16 with a chance to get it to 18 or possibly 19 the way they're shooting their threes. And there's less than 2 minutes left. 135 and counting in the half. Ingebrigtsen trying that spin move. Couldn't get it in. You know, if you can force him to turn the other way, I don't think he'd be very effective. But Lakeland has not gotten that down yet on their defense.
Good point.
He always likes to come back to the right. Of course, even a better way to stop him would be don't let him get the ball. Janad's jump shot is off. Anderson with the rebound.
He's way off.
Yeah, way off on that putback shot. 1 minute left.
And, I wanted it under 10. It's just grown, Marty. Very impressed with how Carroll came in tonight, Marty. They got some early loose balls and things that kind of set the tone. And you know, when you come into an opponent's gym, you want to do the little things. Well, they've not taken the crowd away, but they've taken away the Muskies' momentum.
You know what I think took the crowd away, Chris? Christmas break.
Yeah, that's true, but
all right, no shot clock, 20 seconds left, and Carroll calls a quick timeout.
30-second timeout. Wow.
Same thing at this level of college, use it or lose it?
I don't know. That I don't
Did
know.
you prep for tonight's game?
Yeah.
Well,
I would say the answer to that question would be, I would say yes.
I would say yes, too. Little heads up for the people watching tonight. We will be TV8, WSCS TV will be at North on Friday, minus Chris, but we do have Bryant Burr filling in for you. He'll do the best he can to do that. So we look forward to bringing you Notre Dame at North on Friday. It's also Hall of Fame induction night. Dick Rasmussen from my class, the 68ers, will be inducted into the North Iowa Hall of Fame. So we look forward to bringing you that ball game. And down near the end of the bench, in the white sweater with the beard, Eric Hasenstein, not suited up. Under 10. Pop out. Oh, I couldn't get it in. And coming off with the rebound for Lakeland was Alex Vandecastle. Prevent Carroll from building on that lead. And there you see it. They go into halftime with a 16-point lead.
I'm Rudy Tempesta. I'm 92 years old. I fought in World War II. Then I came home, worked for the post office for 70 years. I've been getting Meals on Wheels, and I enjoy it. The most important thing about Meals on Wheels is you meet the people, which to me is fantastic. You need people to keep your brain moving. That's what life is about. It's love and having a conversation with people.
When I was here.
Okay, hi, my name's Tim Bull. I'm a ISA certified arborist with the city of Sheboygan. I've been working here about a year. One of the primary focuses of my job is to treat the ash trees. The emerald ash borer is an insect that's been in Wisconsin for over 10 years, and it's working its way kind of north from southern Wisconsin. It's been found in Sheboygan for a few years now. It's been around, and the focus is for the city to try to save the ash trees before they all die. There's about 5,000 ash trees on the street, between the street and the sidewalk, and just to give you a sense, there's about 20 to 23,000 trees between the street and the sidewalk, so 5,000 of those are ash trees. So it's important for the city to not let all those trees die at the same time. So the emerald ash borer is an insect where it gets in the tree, it lays eggs, the eggs hatch and burrow under the bark, and they basically suffocate the tree as they feed. Now it takes a number of years before you'll see an effect from the insect, but the important thing is when you're trying to save an ash tree is to treat it with an insecticide before you see the tree declining, because by the time you see the effects that the tree's dying, it could be too late. Sometimes it's not too late, but many times the damage that's done is already done and can't be repaired. So it's more of a preventative measure that we're doing. And I've been treating ash trees for about 6 years now. I've seen it work. I've seen where I've treated a tree. I came back 2 years later, treated the same tree again, and the tree was still healthy, but maybe the neighbor's trees that were untreated were almost dead. So I believe in it, and research backs it up. It's supposed to be over 96% effective. As far as the city's plan, their plan is to treat half the ash trees and remove half the ash trees, because it's expensive either way you want to look at it. If you want to remove them all, it's a huge expense. If you want to treat them all, it's very expensive. So a kind of compromise is to try to save half, remove half over a 3-year period. So this year, 2017, I've treated between 1,100 and 1,200 ash trees to date, and over the next year and over the next 2 years, we'll get to that 2,500 mark where we've potentially saved half the trees. Now, the city's doing a 3-year treatment process where every 3 years we'll have to retreat if we want the tree to continue to survive. And right now, the insecticide that we're using, the active ingredient is emamectin benzoate. There's a number of different products that contain that. It's labeled for 2 years, where every 2 years you should retreat, but a lot of research is saying you can get at least 3 years out of it, so that's why the city's gone with the 3-year plan. Well, first of all, the process of picking which trees to save and which trees not to save really stems from, is the tree in a good location to begin with? So if we're only going to save half the ash trees, we want to save the ones that are in a good spot versus the ones that are not an ideal spot. So we look for medians, grass areas between the road and the sidewalk that are at least 6 feet wide. This one here that we're in is probably more like 8 feet. And we want to look for spots where there's no overhead power lines that the tree's growing into, or if the tree is really buckling up the sidewalk or something like that, maybe that's not an ideal tree to save. So once we determine which trees we want to save, the process is pretty simple. We drill into the tree with a small, about a little smaller than a pencil-sized hole, and a tree will take anywhere from 4 holes to, I had one this year that I had 10 holes in. So average, I would say 6 or 7 drills, about 1 inch under the bark. and then those holes get filled up. You put an injection tee in each one of those holes, so it's all sealed, and each one of those tees is connected with a small hose, which all stems back to a bottle which has the insecticide in it. Now, the amount of insecticide that's used depends on the tree size. So the rate the city uses is 5 milliliters per diameter inch of the tree. Now, diameter is measured at breast height, 4.5 feet above ground. Okay, yeah, so this tree here is 18 inches in diameter. So 18 times 5 is 90 milliliters that this tree requires. So as we're going down a street, I have a guy helping me. He measures them, he records what's going to be used, he records the address where the tree is, and I get to the tree and I get to work drilling, setting it up, measuring the chemical that's going in. And once I get it all set, it's just a matter of pressurizing the container, the bottle with the insecticide to get that insecticide to the tree. And really, it's just a bike pump that I'm using to pressurize, and I give it about 30 pounds of pressure, and that'll get the insecticide to the tree, and it's up to the tree to take it in. So every tree is different. Some trees take it right in. Some trees are a little slower. Sometimes you don't get that uptake. The tree just refuses to suck anything up. So then that's a sure sign that the tree is too far gone, and there's no point in trying to save that tree. So once I have it all set up and pressurized, it's up to the tree to take it in. And really, I could increase the pressure to 40 pounds, even 50 pounds, but it isn't going to make a difference how fast the tree takes it in. It's really, the pressure is just getting the chemical to the tree. And once the lines, the hoses are all clear, so you can see the chemical is blue, you can see it going in, and once those lines are all emptied out, then you can undo the pressure and unhook the tree, and that's all that needs to be done. Now, everything, when we leave a tree that we've treated, we got a can of blue spray paint. We put a dot on the street side of the tree, roughly 2-3 feet off the ground, and that is a symbol that we've treated that ash tree, that we plan on saving that ash tree. And we'll also put a pesticide sign down that says "keep off pesticide." That's something that needs to be done. It's required by the pesticide regulations for the state. So those signs will leave for a day and we'll pick them up the next day. But the blue dot will stay, so we'll always know that that tree was treated in 2017. As far as danger to people walking by or anything like that with the pesticide that we're using, the word is caution on the label of this insecticide, which is the lowest toxicity. Really, it's not much to worry about since it's all going right into the tree itself. There's nothing going to be on the grass or in the air or anything really to worry about as far as that goes. As soon as I leave the tree and the blue dot will stay there, but nothing else will be there, that tree is safe to be around.
Why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Having trouble finding Connor's middle school? Would you like directions?
No, why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul.
No, I'm tired of fighting with him over homework.
Home walk restaurant. Need a review?
No, I need help. He's very smart, but his mind wanders. He's disorganized.
I think I understand.
Oh, good.
French fries. Finding best potatoes.
No!
Russet. Fingerling. Congo.
Why don't you understand me?
Sorry, I was trying to show how Connor feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
For the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues, this is what life can feel like. Explore Understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues, designed to help your child thrive in school and in life. Understood.org, because understanding is everything.
Those who survive now get only a fraction.
National Girl Scout line now how. If I get low, then I call Mojo. Got the latest project for the promo.
Hey, man.
How you doing, Mr. Rudy?
Something.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. How you been?
Okay.
You gotta kiss the face.
Yeah.
What kind of things that, had you learned, your work as postal service that kept you going?
You know what that takes to be a postman? You gotta love the people. Right. To me, Meals on Wheels is the most wonderful thing. You guys come in there and I see you and you talk to me for a few words and all that. I think that's great. That's the food of life.
For a little bit.
Yeah.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish! In your face! In your face!
It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
We're back at Lakeland University where the Muskies trail Carroll University 42-26. Some halftime stats. The big one, Chris, is Carroll making 9 of 16 three-pointers, 4 of 6 by Taryn Hall, and he leads all scorers with 14 points. Joining him near the top are Ryan Cleary and Tyler Ingebrigtsen. They both have 8. Leading the Muskies is Joaquin Pegues with 7 and Isaac Anderson with 6. He made a couple of threes. The other big stat in here, Chris, is Carroll with 22 rebounds to Lakeland 17. And I was looking at the season stats. Both teams are -7 on the rebound charts. Lakeland getting out rebounded by almost 8, 7.6. Carroll by almost 5 at 4.8. So neither team has really shown themselves to be real strong rebounders. What do you got?
Well, I think you hit it on the head. The number one key of the difference of the game is three-pointers. It's a 16-point deficit, and Carroll's made 6 more. That's 18 points. There's no other way to change what's going on. Is Carroll came in here and they're making shots, and exactly what you said. They weren't making them all year, but for some reason they find this gym to their liking. Lakeland's going to have to, I would say, attack the basket. And if they do get those rebounds, they got to get out in transition. There hasn't been a lot of transition opportunities for the Muskies because the ball seems to keep going in the hole for Carroll. And if they don't make it, they've been hitting the offensive glass. They have a couple of those as well.
Eric Nygaard sat out the end of the first half with 2 fouls. He's back in the starting lineup. So that'll help the Muskies. And falling down on the drive is Ingbertson, and then over him is Nygaard, and Lakeland gets called for the travel.
Yeah, that's the 6th turnover for, and I can say that's official because I'm looking at this official
Right.
stats as opposed to mine.
But you usually get pretty close.
Yeah, when I keep my eyes open. Here's another thing they got to take away, this post play early in the game. This is where Carroll did a lot of their damage. There you
Better
go.
defense that time by Nygaard, protecting against that spin. Back to his right side. No scoring so far here in the second half. We just got started. There's 19:09 remaining in the ball game, but Lakeland is down 16. This is the largest lead of the game for Carroll. They started hitting those 3-pointers early, Chris, and
oh boy,
continued on through most of the first half.
What are we going to have here? It's 30. Another thing, Marty, is we mentioned Lakeland's averaging almost 80 a game. That's the pace where Carroll is at, and when you're at 26, that's nowhere near getting yourself to 80 points.
You know, it's hard enough to make up a 16-point deficit, but I don't think there's any way that they're going to be able to even get it up into the middle 70s.
Well,
Carroll playing just too good a defense.
Yeah, conference game coming up, I believe. MSOE comes in here on Saturday. They are tied with Lakeland at 4-1 in the league. Concordia leads it. That's why I'm saying in January when we'll be back here. Looking forward to that game. January 14th, Concordia comes here. That'll be a great game. 2 Jers brothers.
In this fishtails handout that was on our table for us, Chris, they've got Lakeland 4-0 in conference.
No, I thought they lost to. I thought they lost to Illinois Tech the other day to go 4-1. Yeah, 4-1.
They did lose to Illinois Tech.
Yeah,
right.
it's 4-1.
Okay, so the fishtail is wrong.
Well, half of it. Depends which half of it you look at. Another basket, that time by Soley. Yeah, on this side they're 4-0, but if you look at the conference standing, they're 4-1.
Okay, all right. Conference standings there, and also if you look at the nice pass inside Nygaard for 2.
Yeah,
if you look at the results on their schedule, that's in here too. They show them with that loss.
Yeah, that was a tough road loss in Chicago.
That's a travel and not called. Getting the hoop for Carroll is Charlie Soule. Soule is from Oregon, Wisconsin. Line drive, free throw is in.
Hit 34, now a 44 on the season.
Big East is going to have a hard time getting a shot off against his defender, who's about 6 inches taller than him. Nygaard doing a good job of getting back on defense. Ingersoll looking for the fast break. Oh, that's off his leg. Good call by the official. see a little better hustle out of you next time on that ball.
I was a little short on the
He's short
location.
on alligator armed it.
Yeah, I was short on the location of the ball, working on my stats instead. Nygaard.
Ooh, what a, oh boy, Ingersoll. I think I'm pronouncing his name wrong. Ingebrigtsen got called for the foul. That's his second. And the free throw woes continued. Lakeland was only 3 for 8 in the first half, Chris. Now they're 3 for 9. For the season, they were shooting 71%, almost 72. Oh, wow. That was quite a move.
We've seen that quite a bit tonight, Marty.
That's a signature move of Carroll College, or Carroll University, at least tonight. They, seems like they all can do that. Tyler Ingebrigtsen is looking at the official like, man alive, what do I got to do to draw a foul?
I don't disagree with him. And you know what's weird is there's no double team help on that either. That's all up to Nygaard to hold the fort there.
I'll tell you, he's got his hands full with that young man.
Oh my.
What ball handling and what ball movement.
I got him 4 of 6 shooting in the first 4 minutes here to extend the lead to 20, Marty.
Now looking tough for the Muskies. Paul Combs had his boys ready to go.
And just 1 and out. That's pretty much been the story. Also, not a lot of offensive rebounds or second chances for Lakeland. They've only got 2 in the whole game.
Anderson with a nice rebound. Lakeland trying to get the break going, and they do. And
instead, they're going to get a turnover.
Offensive foul on Janad. (51-31). Carroll with a well-earned 20-point lead. They've played well tonight. Shot the 3 well.
You know who else that Lakeland doesn't have, Marty, is Carlos Campos, their leading scorer. So they have 2 guys, Lakeland, out of their lineup tonight.
Again, good ball movement leads to an easy basket. That one for Seoul. You know, we had mentioned in the opening, Lakeland had 4 double-digit scorers coming into tonight's game, and like you said, having 2 of them out, I mean, that hurts big time. That'd be like having Trubisky out for the Bears.
I knew the Bears were going to win this week, Marty. I wanted the Packers to win, but I knew with my brain, realistically, what was going to happen.
Yeah, hey, very close
better
game.
Team.
Better defense for sure.
Better defense. You know, the 3 front guys on the defensive line for the Packers out, 3 front line guys for the Bears out. That are offensive line and defensive line.
Yeah.
That doesn't spell good.
They were hurting on the offensive line with all those injuries for sure.
I want to know what's going on every year with the training in Green Bay. Every year they have like 8, 9 guys, it seems, that are hurt or out.
I would venture to say, Chris, that is pretty consistent throughout the league. I don't think you can.
The healthy ones are the ones that are winning, are still, that don't have as many guys. I will
right, and that's gonna, in most cases, be the case.
Yep.
The one instance where it really didn't work out was with Philadelphia when they won the championship last year with their quarterback. But they went from a starter to a second stringer that played like a starter. Schrader talking to the official about something.
Yeah.
If it was about being out of the coach's box.
Well, he's having enough tough nights here. One thing you want to do is beat the old coach who comes in here. That should have been a walk.
Yeah. Instead, it's a lost ball by Carleton. Carroll very crisp with their ball movement.
Wow.
And cutting through to the basket and getting an easy two was Ryan Cleary.
I mean, all their they made a lot of threes in that first half, but now everything is point blank range, Marty. They are getting deep into the paint.
Carleton had his shot blocked, and they're calling a foul on Carroll. I thought Blake Williams made a good block, but he's getting tagged with his third foul.
Well, as we mentioned, MSOE comes in here. They're 9-1 and 4-1 in league. Okay. Coach here is also there too at MSOE.
What are you thinking of? Of course, if you could tell me that, you wouldn't be complaining.
Brian,
I can't remember.
Coaches at MSOE. Oh, boy. He coached here as well.
Schultz?
No. I'll have to remember.
Should I ask my smartphone?
Who's the coach at MSOE? That'll really bother me then, Coach. I can't remember. He's a good guy, too.
Who's the head coach at MSOE for basketball? Graham Johnson? Brian Miller.
Brian Miller. I knew it was Brian. I got that part right. Brian Miller. Oh, another deep penetration for Carroll. Stay down.
A good defense that time by Isaac Anderson.
I can't believe Lakeland's still stuck on 34 points. 13 minutes left.
Makes a difference when you got the A team here.
Yeah. Report from
my wife
that everything looks good.
Whoa.
And the sound good.
Yeah.
Wow. Another.
They are just owning the floor here tonight. They now have a 23-point lead. And, you know what it looks like? Men against boys.
Yeah. And again, we've mentioned 2 starters out, 2 leading scorers, 1 and 3. But
they got a full timeout with 12:35 left. Carroll is up by 23.
So we were walking to school. I started thinking about lunch. Mom got me turkey and cheese.
She's
I really
smart.
want cheese pizza.
Sometimes her mind wanders.
We should have a sleepover.
I remember saying, Laura?
I think I heard Mom say something.
The sign says don't walk.
Sometimes it's so overwhelming.
I really hope she doesn't
I
have
really
another
hope
bad
we
day
don't have another bad day at school today.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. Go to understood.org, a free online resource with support and tools to help your child thrive.
Back at Lakeland University, where the Muskies are having a tough time of it here tonight. Carroll College playing very well. Thank you. Updated stats.
Yep. Adam got us the stats.
We want to thank Lakeland University for their help. We always enjoy coming out here. And they always treat us well, Chris.
Carroll 50% at halftime, up to 55%. Lakeland 32% the first half, down to 31-6. It's not getting any easier for the Fish.
Taryn Hall hasn't made a point since halftime. Ryan Clary is up to 10. Ingebrigtsen still sitting at 8. Charlie Soule has 9, and Lakeland loses a handle there. Ooh.
10th turnover.
And Lakeland loses it out of bounds. It looked like a Euro move that time, Chris, by Blake Williams. I thought he got an extra step in there. No travel call, however. Lakeland sticking with the man-to-man defense. He went the other way, Chris. Did you see that?
How'd he do?
Came back to the left hand, kissed it off the glass, and doink.
Well, what's strange is that we mentioned Carroll, I thought in the opening, would want to pound it inside more, not rely on a 3. Well, in the first half, they shot 16 threes and made 9 of them. Here in the second half, through 8 minutes, they've only shot 1. They didn't make it. And everything now is in the paint where they normally do all their work.
Right.
And clank, clank, clank. It doesn't matter who throws it up there. It's not going in.
Yeah, Van de Castle
and they
fading
don't look,
away.
They don't look like they have good shots either, Marty. They don't look square, and they're just kind of trying to force to try to get baskets in because you're trailing by 23.
I agree. Good point. Going to get Nygaard with the foul. That's going to be his 4th. Check that. It'll be his 3rd. Nygaard having a tough night. 6 points, 1 rebound.
As we said, MSOE rolls in here Saturday, conference play, big game.
That shot is off, taken by Hall. Duffin, good pump fake, couldn't get the shot off.
Clank.
And missing that shot for Lakeland was Van de Castle. And the travel called. Lakeland will get it back. Still a 23-point advantage by the Pioneers, and almost halfway through the second half. Well, it's been a struggle. Lakeland's only scored 8 points so far this half. They only had 26 in the first half. Shot attempt is no good. Van de Castle no good. Lakeland did get an offensive rebound.
Yep, but you hit it on the head. Another miss.
Oh,
that's got to be going that way.
Picking up that foul for the Pioneers is Nick Penny.
Duffin took a shot there, Marty.
Yeah, he's
there's a nice shot.
Yeah.
Shakur.
Scott Maliff, our director tonight. Richard Bartson, Eric Wiesman on camera. Chris Wright doing the color. I'm Mike Martin doing the play-by-play. A tough go of it tonight for Lakeland. Really had a tough night shooting. Duffin with a good pump fake, and he draws the foul. He'll be shooting a pair.
Duffin struggling. He's only got 2 points, coming in averaging 13. Janot has 5.
Bricked
He's
that one.
averaging 16.
Duffin was 0 for 1 from the line in the first half. He bricked that one. Come on, Duffer, get it in there. Garrett of the 1 for 2 trip.
Fast game though, Marty.
Very fast.
Halfway through the second half already, and good help, D. Quick cutters.
Oh, break and wide open for the easy layup was Anthony Marlowe.
I don't think he thought that was going to happen like that until he looked and there was nobody down the lane, so he decided to drive his body right down and make an easy layup.
Rolling down to the 9-minute mark left in the ball game. Nygaard is fouled. Marlowe picking up the personal.
Well, that's one thing Lakeland's doing is getting to the line, but they're not making any.
That's right.
It's like the Badgers.
Through that last time out, Carroll was 4 for 5 on free throws. Lakeland only 7 for 14. It certainly wouldn't be the difference in the game, but at least it'd give them a chance to come back a little better. I mean, right now they're still down 23 points.
And Lakeland has yet to hit a 3 in the second half as well. They've only hit 3 in the game.
3 for 14, according
Normally
to this
they make
sheet.
8 a game. Wow. Again, deep, but a miss.
Nygaard playing pretty good defense inside, got a little help from Duffin, and then Lakeland gets the call on the out of bounds.
We haven't mentioned Sam Kaminsky's on the Lakeland roster, the 6'8"er.
Right.
He hasn't played much all season, just 4 minutes. Still working his way in there.
I was just looking, this Pegues is 5'9", Chris, and he's being guarded by Troy Howard, who's 6'2". Now, that's a lot of inches to give up. Makes it tough to get shots off. And the ball goes out of bounds, and Anderson goes down, but he's up.
Just
Like
goes
he's
to
gonna
show
be
you,
okay.
too, that, people say, oh, anyone can play college and do whatever. Sam Kaminsky was a pretty nice high school player.
No kidding.
And he's struggling for minutes at Lakeland, so
I had
doesn't
one
matter
guy
what
tell
level
me
you're at, it's
I
good.
had one guy tell me, I told him we were out here doing a game, this is a couple of years ago, he says, yeah, those guys aren't very good. So, oh, you don't think so? Come on out there and watch them.
You got that
These
right.
guys got talent.
Yep.
And I think it just goes to show when you look at guys in the Big Ten or, how really good those guys are.
As I mentioned it, Sam Kaminsky's in the game.
All right, Sam.
That wears number 30.
Pegues.
He's already +2 on the floor.
Keep him in there.
Yeah, I like having his height a little bit. Give him a chance.
Guarding Ingebrigtsen. Be an interesting matchup.
He's a little longer, and
Sam got the block, but he's going to pick up the foul first.
he's got to stay down on his feet. Use your body, not leave your feet in your hands.
Kaminsky's 6'8", Ingebrigtsen is 6'7", so that's a good matchup.
Yeah, but Sam's just got to stay nice and tall there. Use your body, not your hands, to
That's the first points of the second half for Tyler Ingridson.
Sam's first foul on the season. Game number 10.
Was over at the Quick Trip a couple of months ago, actually, and saw Sam. He came over, we talked for a few minutes. Said he's doing good out here, he likes it. Grades were good.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
I say the same thing. Kaminsky working hard on the defense. And Kaminsky with a strong rebound. Lakeland playing pretty good defense that time. Pegues with a tough assignment on defense. His guy is 6'2", he's 5'9", and then he scores on the other end. Ingridson had it on the high post, couldn't find anybody open underneath. And kissing it off the glass was Pierce. Duffin. Oh, I had the bangle all ready to go, Chris.
That was pretty deep.
He couldn't make it. Pierce putting his head down, going right to the hoop. Anderson with a slap, but he must have got the ball. Deontay Carlton back in for the Fish.
Good hustle.
Good hustle by Pegues to try and save it. You know, he's pretty small.
They list him at 5'9". That's
Yeah.
a half inch shorter than me, Marty. What are you saying about us?
I think they extended his height. Oh.
Wow.
Sam just missed a block on that shot, and it winds up going in. Duffin couldn't get it.
Well, the toughest thing, Marty, is going to be tonight. These players have a humongous game on
Saturday
before the break. You just were whooped in your home gym. You have no students, and some of your friends are gone.
Yep.
You know, what are you going to do tonight, tomorrow, to get yourself ready for a big game that's got conference implications in front of you? Be strange what Lakeland does tonight.
Right.
That'd be almost one of those things to get your guys together tonight and, you know, call up the Papa John to get some pizzas and put on something, or, you know, the coach, get your guys together, you know, to today's over, let's move on. That's got to go the other way.
Yeah, Pierce over the back. I agree with you wholeheartedly, Chris. You know, they came off of or they're going to come off of a real bad loss. You got to be able to bounce back. And when you're talking about the conference implications, the coach has to make the boys aware of that big time.
Yep. Forget this one. Wash it away. Let's look at film on MSOE. Because after that, we get a break. So,
yeah.
So
Duffin with a three.
Look at that. You get a Christmas vacation.
Oh, a little bit late, Scott. Got to get that a little earlier.
And then you got Rockford. It doesn't get any easier. And then they got a rematch against Illinois Tech, Edgewood, and then MSOE again. And then comes that big game on the 14th where we'll be back here.
Right.
Against Concordia, the conference leaders. So
I like to keep track of when the Badgers play, and it'll be over a week now. They play on Saturday against another cupcake.
Grambling, I believe.
Yeah, maybe not as much of a cupcake as Savannah State. But anyway, the point is, they've had like about 9 or 10 days off.
Exams, I think,
right,
is part of the
right.
thing this week.
Kaminsky got a lot of minutes there. Held his own for sure. Under 5 minutes left in the ball game. Lakeland down 21.
I think he traveled again, Marty.
Yeah, right. And had his shot blocked. Three ball by Clary is no good. Pegues, smallest guy on the floor, comes away with the rebound. Gotta like that. Another three ball, that one good by Janad. And Carroll calls a timeout.
Full timeout.
Full timeout, Scott.
Hi, Meals on Wheels. I'm Marco. I'm a college student, and I volunteer as a driver for Meals on Wheels. I think it's awesome meeting these people. I mean, they're so interesting. They've had so many wonderful experiences in life. Your community helps to raise you up into the person that you become. Meals on Wheels is a great way to give back to that community.
Back at the aquarium. Lakeland trying to fight back. 4:24 left. At least get it down to respectability, right, Chris?
Yeah, they're still down a bunch. And all of a sudden the game's gotten slow.
I was looking at the scoreboard, and Lakeland's been in the bonus for quite a while. Although they haven't shot a lot of bonus type free throws. Concordia now is also going to be in the bonus. Lakeland putting on full court pressure, trying to enhance their chances at a comeback.
Carroll runs to run the shot clock down as much as possible and take care of the basketball, which they seem to be really strong with the ball.
10 seconds left. And Janad on what looked like a block, but he got the feet of the shooter, Soul, and he'll go to the line to shoot a pair.
Eric Weisman giving you that shot. Richard giving you that shot.
Chris giving you that evaluation or information, I should say. There's Charlie. He's a Soul man. Even 20-point lead now for the Pioneers.
Carroll going to work them up the floor. Takes time off the clock. Lakeland still 32 points behind their average.
Desmond Longino is in the ball game.
Getting an offensive foul.
From Delhi, Louisiana.
We're going to see some new kids coming in, Marty. Joseph Archer from West Allis, the senior, comes in. Charlie Souls from Oregon, Wisconsin, but they also have a couple kids from Texas and a kid from, where'd I see, Colorado.
Oh, a little give and go action results in Soul getting an easy layup. Pegues Don't leave them open. Good feed inside. Scoring was Marlowe, and he's fouled.
And if you missed the start of the second half, that's pretty much what Carroll's been doing the whole second half. Did their damage with the three-pointer in the first half. And in the second half, it's been all in the paint.
Yeah, that's for sure. They've really made Lakeland pay, both halves for that matter.
Oh, I like the little bees under there for bonus, Marty.
Oh, yes. Sweet. We should use this more often. Scoring.
I wonder if Scott can do this while we're at home. So
yeah. Maybe he can be wireless. Hey, Scott, flicker the screen if you can go wireless at home. Ball tipped out of bounds. Caleb Thomas in the ball game. He looks more like a football player, Chris, than a basketball player. He's pretty stout.
He's put together.
I thought you nailed it before the game started. I'm serious. When you said those numbers are going to be hard to read, and they are.
Yep. They just blend.
Number 25's in the game.
Yeah. No, that's Joseph Archer. It's a mixed combo number.
Oh, okay. All right. Couple of free throws good by Don Jukum.
Kaminsky's back in, number 30.
Yeah, nice to see Sam in the ball game. 3 ball. I'll tell you, for as hot as Hall was in the first half, he can't buy one now.
Now he's back to
normal.
Yep.
Big East on the line. 2:19 left in a ball game. We'll be having a quick getaway after the final horn, give you the final score. Chris will make a couple of quick comments. I'll mention that our next game is Friday. We'll get the crew out of here. Oh, nice feed into Kaminsky, and he gets hammered on his shot attempt. Joachim kind of got hung up in the air and saw Sam Kaminsky out of the corner of his eye and dumped it inside. Nice to see Sam get on the board. They should get him to the free throw line more often. A steal. Oh, lost it out of bounds.
Say it's staying there.
Oh. Longino lost it, but apparently Carroll tipped it out of his hands.
There's a young man in the game from Florida for Carroll, number 20.
Is he going to come back for the second semester?
This fall hasn't been very nice. I went
Forcing the action was Juckham. Gio Carrillo checking in for the Pioneers, seeing his first action. Sure, now that the game is basically over, they start making all their free throws, Chris. Why couldn't he done better on the first half? There's a nice shot. Good hands by Lakeland. Not allowing Carroll to just move the ball as they see fit. Jump shot no good. Kaminsky again with a strong rebound. Pegues, no good. 1 minute left.
Oh,
boy. Kaminsky looked like he had another good block, and they're calling a foul on him.
You want to show him the replay? The official? No. I don't think he got him.
I don't think, well, Sam's a pretty quiet guy, but oh well. In the grand scheme of life, it's not going to matter. Kaminsky in his junior year already, Chris. There's a blocked pass.
Yeah, that's hard to believe.
Dylan Ingebrigtsen is number 44. I would imagine him and the other Ingebrigtsen are related. Elk Grove, Illinois, and Elk Grove, Illinois. Want to bet?
Oh yeah, they're brothers.
Ooh, oh, come on. You're a left-hander. Left-handers don't miss free throws. Now my night is ruined. Ping pong with a basketball. And our first tie-up of the game.
I reffed basketball on Saturday for 5th grade girls. 216 in 4 games. Held balls. Okay, maybe it's 215.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to wrap her up, Marty.
Yeah, I think the final is going to be 74-59.
And just hot shooting from outside in the first half for Carroll, and hot shooting from the paint in the second, Marty.
And you said Lakeland's next game is Saturday coming up in just a couple days. That's a big conference game. You want to try and get out here and watch that game. Our next TV game will be on Friday when North hosts Green Bay Notre Dame over at Sheboygan North. And with that, for the crew and my partner Chris Wright, I'm Mike Martin saying thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you down the road.
Thank you.